Good morning to one and all. I am Teresa Thomas. My roll number is 50 and subject is CC2 and my topic is the ancient education system and mainly the Buddhist system of education. And my topic master is Bindu Vyas. And our principal is Dr. Nidhi Agravat. So, ancient period Vedic education system. So, these are the aims of during that time: infusion of spiritual and religious values, preservation and enhancement of health, development of knowledge, and observance of social and national duties, observation and development of culture, moral and character development, education of livelihood, art, and skill. So, that was the aim of during that time. Now, the medium. What was the medium? The medium of education was Sanskrit, and the disciples were spiritually controlled well. Also, gurus, the teachers were well knowledgeable persons, they were scholars, and they were leading celibacy life too. Even students also were leading celibacy life. Now, coming to the Buddhist system of education. So, from Buddhist literature, Chanakya, then Arthashastra, then Megasthenes and Hussein Sang. Also, we get information about Buddhist system of education from inscription of Ashoka. So these are some of the difference between Vedic period, Buddhist period, and then Muslim education period. Here we can see the main feature of Buddhist system of education. So they were living in vihas and then they were practicing pabajya ceremony. So pabajya means going forth. So what was the ceremony that so the disciples novices had to take an oath. So that oath is called I take refuge with the Buddha, I take refuge with the religion, I take refuge with the order. So he was also administered 10 commandments. So first commandment is not taking life, taking what is given, abstaining from impure practices, then not drinking, not eating out of time, not dancing, singing, and seeing shows, not using garlands, then ornaments, not using high or large couch, not receiving gold and silver. Again, there is Upasambandha, in that they become the full fledged bhikshu or monk. So they take big his food, so they have to beg the food, wear robes made of rags, lodge at the foot of a tree, use cow's urine as a medicine, avoid sex theft and taking life. So then comes the relationship between the teacher and the people. So the relationship between the guru, the people, was to carry teacher's seat and robes, supply him water and food. So they were in good time. He taught him by example and by precepts. Then comes education of community. So at first time, education was purely monastic. Then slowly it was meant for everyone. So they have given a good account of popular primary education. They say that education commences at the age of 6 after finishing the first book. Then the child was introduced to grammar, then logic, then science of reasoning, then inner science, arts and craft, finally the medicine too. Also, some Buddhist monasteries developed into great centers of learning and came to be known as universities. Brahmanic system of education was not so rich in having many universities as the Buddhist system had. So there were seven well-known universities. So what are they? Nalanda, Vallabhai, Vikramshila, then Jagatala, Mithilia, then Udhandapuri and Nandia. Of these, Nalanda was a greatest and most famous during that time. So similarly, between the Buddhist period, so the some same goal of education, that is it was salvation, then education imparted in natural environment, and during that period the education was hard life of the students, then daily beginning of alms by the students, so it was difficult for them, then observance of strict code of morality, then religion dominated education system also was existing during that time. And by large Vedic system of education was individualistic in nature, and the Buddhist by an large collected system of education. So education was imparted at the Gurukul, that is residence of the Guru, in the Vedic period and the Buddhist period in a monastery. And students was called Brahmachari during the Vedic period and a Bhikshu monk during the Buddhist period also. Impact of the family of Guru on the student during the Vedic period as against the impact of the resident monks of the monastery Vihar during the Buddhist family. Very hard life of students during the Vedic period, but not such a hard life during the Buddhist period. And somewhat autocratic nature of the Guru during the Vedic period, but somewhat democratic nature during the Buddhist period. So several of the Vedic system of education during the course of history, but decline of the Buddhist system of education. So Buddhist system education declined, and all these institution became universities, and it was opened for all. So these are some of the points about Buddhist system of education during that time. Thank you.